We're gonna make a vintage finger candle holder for dolls. What you're gonna need is some nail polish as paint in the colors of your choosing, some recycled paperboard, glue, paper, a skewer, a small recycled lid, and scissors. First, you're gonna take your paper, cut to about the height that you want your candle to be. Take your skewer, and then you're going to take your glue stick. Let's see if we can get it open here. And you're going to glue right along the edge there. Put your skewer on there and put it enough where your tapered end, that's going to be our flame. So however high you want that to be sticking out, and then you're going to start rolling the paper tightly around the skewer. Every now and then you'll take your glue again and make a stripe to continue to hold your paper together and in place, and continue rolling to the width that you like for your candle. Once you achieve that width, that's about how wide we're going to go with this, then you're going to take a glue stripe again, finish rolling it, and then you're going to trim with your scissors and cut it off. For the loose edge, take a little bit of glue, go along the edge, and then just smooth it down like so. Then we're going to take it and we're going to cut off the edge, the bottom of our candle, to the length that we like. I'm going to trim with just some garden shears that you can try to use like a little handsaw. You can try to use whatever you have. Whoa, there it goes. And trim it down. Now see, my paper's just a little bit loose, so I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue at the bottom. Now be careful with hot glue. Generally, you kind of want a parent around, have an adult to kind of help you with that. Because when it burns, it burns. And I'm going to take that just to the end there, and I'm going to dab that on there so that will stay in place. Like so. Just come clean that off a little bit. Real quick, I'm going to take the recycled bottle cap, and I'm trying to remember what we even saved this off of, but you're always removing caps from different things and saving them for different sizes. And this is just the size that I picked. I'm going to take this and I'm going to paint it with kind of a dark pewter color fingernail polish, so it looks more like the base for our candle holder. So as you can see, we'll just paint it up and we'll let it dry while we finish working on our candle. From some of the cut-off paper that you have, take and cut about how wide you want the what would be the holder part of the candle that the taper would go into. Cut that wide, and then what we're going to do is we're going to glue and wrap just as we did before. Okay, so what I have is I have added that, and then I'm going to take the same polish, the same color that we painted the base with, and I am going to paint the holder here, right here, that same color. So now we've got it painted, and we're going to take it and we're going to glue it to our base. And I'm going to use hot glue to do that, but you can use tacky glue or whatever you feel comfortable with. But for the sake of speed and drying, I'm going to set that in the center, and I'm going to hold that upright, and we're going to let that glue. Then we're going to make a little finger handle for it that will come off, that they would carry in their hand at night. Because my cap is green, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to paint the bottom of it too, just for the sake, because I want to. Basically, that's not something you have to do. It's not an extra step that you need to do. I'm just going to do it in case the candle gets moved, and that way you don't see that bright green underneath it. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut strips of our paperboard, and then we're going to glue them in layers on top of each other here. And continue to glue until you get it the right strength that you think is appropriate for your finger hold. So after gluing them together, I found that because of the slick tendencies of the paperboard, it was the glue stick wasn't holding as quickly and as well as I wanted, so I just went ahead and I hot glued them. So we're going to trim up the edges, and then we're going to cut it down to the size of what would be the finger hold. I kind of curved it around my doll's finger to kind of get an idea of where I'm going to trim. Then I'm going to trim that, and then we're going to glue it to the candle, and then we will also paint it to match. Okay, so we've got the handle on, we've got it painted on the underside, we've got the handle painted, and now we're going to try to attempt to paint the flame with I'm just going to use some of the polishes that I have on hand. So we'll get the flame painted, and then we'll see how it turns out. Okay, here is the flame. I put a little red at the bottom to show the hot, a little lighter color at the top, and then I used a little glitter fingernail polish to just kind of finish it up. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little hot glue, and I'm going to put little wax strips, so it looks like little wax is dripping down the candle. So there it is with the hot glue wax strips coming down the candle, and then I think that'll make a really nice prop for the historical dolls, especially. Any of them would be fine, but the historical dolls will be really fun. Especially what I'm thinking right now is Matilda from A Girl for All Time.